Hi, my name is Lisa Robyn Wood and I'm the founder of Grip Corporate Coaching, performance coaching and training for leaders, managers and individuals in London and Oxfordshire. So I want to talk to you today about personality differences and personality preferences. Have you ever found that you don't get on with someone? No matter how hard you try, you just can't gel, but you can't really articulate clearly why. I think we all have that someone, or maybe even a few people, who we can think of, who we know at times we've just not been able to get on with. I know I have. When I think about the context of work and my career, there are two people that really stand out in my mind as being individuals who I really did not get on with. And at the time, it caused me a lot of anxiety. It didn't help that one of those individuals was a manager of mine. And I really struggled to communicate with them. I never really felt as though I could get my point across clearly in a way that I felt they really understood what I meant, how I was feeling, where I was coming from. And actually, as this went on over time, the more I became really anxious about it, paranoid about it, it actually ended up debilitating my ability to communicate with them because I was so overly aware of the problems that I had with them and was so consumed by my own thoughts about it that it actually blocked me from being able to forge a better relationship. It actually stopped me from being able to resolve the problem. I think when the dynamic is such that it is in respect of yourself and a superior colleague, that can make it a lot more complicated and a lot more challenging to deal with. And I think when you are so keen to demonstrate your capability, your performance, your worth, the value that you're adding, when that other individual doesn't appear to connect with you, that can be so difficult to deal with. I know it really dented my confidence and it really held me back, and I was repeatedly frustrated by the situation. What I kept trying to do was to fit them. I kept trying to adapt myself to better suit them, but the issue is that they were so different to me that in many ways that was impossible because I couldn't be something I wasn't. I also, because I felt that I was the one making all the changes, I was the one adapting, and they themselves really weren't moving to meet me in the middle at any point, that really created a begrudging experience. I really held that against them in the end, and it created quite an unhealthy working relationship. To be quite frank, I hated my job, and I blame them for that as well, which in hindsight wasn't quite fair. It wasn't their fault. We were just so different. At the same time as this was happening, I came across a personality profiling tool. Now, the one that I experienced was Insights, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. The one I'm actually going to talk to you about now is DISC, but it's based on exactly the same principles. What this personality profile tool enabled me to understand was my actual personal preferences, my style. And this particular report was scarily accurate. And I have taken both the Insights profile and the DISC profile, and they are invariably the same. So the DISC profile has the same principles. What I also came to understand and recognise was the style of others, and in particular this manager that I've been speaking about. And better understanding my preferences and also theirs helped to identify exactly why we weren't getting on. I was able to use the insights from DISC, if you like, to articulate my challenges to this person and to acknowledge their preferences to help forge a better relationship. I was able to adapt my style and preference of behaviour around this person in the right way, rather than what I'd been doing before, which was trying lots of different things but not really getting any of it right. It was like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, if you will. It created, as a result, a lot more of a productive relationship between the two of us. I felt more productive because I felt the actions I were taking were the right ones and they were getting results. I actually found it a great way to forge a conversation between the two of us. This person had also done the same personality profiling tool, and we could have a conversation about it, and in a way that felt a lot more objective because we were talking about data, and this person was very data driven, so it really suited them and their preference. We were able to understand each other much better from doing so. I think I was also able to be a lot more objective in the approach that I took with this person, and that better suited them and their preference style. As you can imagine, I'm sure, I am a very outgoing person. I'm comfortable with my emotions. I like using my emotions in how I speak to people, but that doesn't suit everybody. And I understand that better now. And actually, for those individuals who are a lot more introverted and who think a lot more in facts, figures, process, not so much in feeling and intuition, my style is jarring for them, and I totally respect that now. I didn't at the time. So I think if this is sounding of interest to you, you're wanting to learn more about your own preference styles and potentially have a similar even situation to what I've described, where you've got a relationship that you want to improve. That could be a personal one, it could be a work one. And actually, through better understanding yourself and potentially understanding their preferences, this could help to move your relationship forward. Then please do get in touch. I can talk to you a lot about DISC, a fantastic personality profiling tool, and how I can help support you to understand your preference through DISC to move yourself forward. You can contact me at gripcoaching.co.uk to learn more.